Hello my bosom friends, and welcome back to my channel. Pray you're all doing wonderful and are keeping in extremely good health and in perfect happiness. Today we're continuing our conversation on ways we all can feel that much more feminine, and I really need to emphasize that all species have both masculine and feminine energy, unless if you are a hermaphrodite, which in that case this is not for you. But I'm talking about people like us. We both embody both feminine and masculine energy, and in this era that we've entered, I feel like masculine energy is that much more rewarded, and we have to be grinding all the time. We have to really bulldoze our way and get that which we want and take the bull by the horns basically, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think we should all be like that, because if we rely too much on the feminine side, which is about being intuitive, being creative, and being soft and nurturing and creative, we might miss out on the big things, isn't it? Because this one is more slow paced, it's about feeling, whereas this one is about going after the life you want, and like I said, grabbing the bull by the horns. So we want to find that sweet balance. How do we harmonize the two sides of ourselves? How do we harmonize the light and the dark? How do we work with the yin and the yang of ourselves? So today I'm going to talk about the morning routine. When you seize the morning, you seize the day, and it is important to ground ourselves before we go out there and do that which we're supposed to do or deal with life and all its demands, because when you're grounded, it becomes a bit easier to sort of like deal with life and all its many challenges. So one of the my absolute favorite things to do first thing in the morning is to just switch off my phone altogether. I updated the iOS 16 a couple of weeks ago, and I forgot to put my phone off. Then in the morning, I got a text, came in at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was from my brother. He was telling me that his neighbor had died. And while I felt sorry for his neighbor, whom I never met, it really kind of like threw a spanner in on my path, if you will, because I'm an empath, and I began to feel sorry for him. And I found out he had 4 children that he left behind, all under the age of 16. So it's a critical time for somebody to pass away, and this is what I started my day off with. Whereas if I had seen the message at 9 o'clock in the morning, that would have made a massive difference in terms of my mood, wouldn't it? So to start with, I would say hypnagogia stage is that sweet balance between wakefulness and still falling asleep. So you're kind of like drowsy and you're just listening to your body, especially if you just listen to your body and you just wake up. So that is the perfect time to start visualizing and to start being intentional about your day. And if you have a meeting, for instance, think about the outfit you're gonna wear and the outcome that you want that is probably favorable for you, because we are all magicians one way or the other. We just have to believe that we have the ability to create our realities. So when you utilize that time, it means that you can manifest easier, because there's no resistance. Your body is soft, your breathing is nice and stable, and it makes a difference if you try it. And also it's that much more relaxing. And also when you roll out of bed, you're not like panicking with an alarm and then your stress levels, your cortisols are increasing. You're just listening to the wisdom of the body, and then you're just naturally waking up. And then to finish it off, obviously starting off with a prayer, just being grateful for the day. And I think there is obviously, I mean, God is looking out for all of us one way or the other. We just have to be grateful and just say thank you, God, for yet another day and for the gift of life. So point number 2 is, as we start to move intentionally and deliberately throughout the day, the second thing I love to do is to do my breathing. This is after freshening up, obviously washing and freshening up basically. And when you do your breathing, you are actually creating space, not just for yourself, but also for your children, for everybody, and all the responsibilities that comes with that, because we are not breathing deeply. And in yoga, we have so many breathing techniques, and they have made such a massive difference for me. My particular one, the favorite one, is when you close the right side, because the feminine is on the left. So you close the nostril with your thumb, and then you put the other two fingers here, then you breathe in from your left side, and then you hold the breath for 5 seconds, then you open the right, and then you release. So you're releasing from the shoulder and all the way down. And also when you do that with visualization, it's going to transform everything. It's going to create space in your womb, space in your heart, and it's just going to relax you and energize you as well. So whatever breathing technique, deep breathing, depending on your time constraint, you can aim for a minute, you can aim for 10. It should be the maximum, obviously, unless if you can do more, but I don't think you do need more. So starting by just 1 minute and training your body, and also you're slowing down the monkey mind, meaning you're just going to be peaceful, counting your breath and releasing, and also visualizing that which you want to release, and also inhaling that which you want. And it's super calming and energizing. It would definitely infuse your cells with all that good stuff, all that good prana, in the manner of Ralph not Wreck-It Ralph, the other Ralph. That point is, after breathing, I like to just take my journals. I have several journals depending on what I'm working with, but it's good to have a brain dump in your, like a brain dump section in your journal, or if you have the budget to have a journal that is just strictly brain dump. So this is where you empty your thoughts, this is where you empty your problems, this is where you you just write it down, or you do scripting, whatever it is you want to do first thing in the morning, so that you can be lighter. I know, like I said, life is very demanding and there's so many things that are expected of us. So by writing it down, sometimes the solutions will present themselves, because you have to come back to the journal and realize, oh, this, I can fix it this way, and then the solutions will come organically and naturally, and using your intuition as well. And also, if you can outsource help, by all means get the help that you need, but by writing it down, the solution will come, because you're going to be stepping away from the misty woods, basically. So it's going to give you clarity, and also you're emptying, because it can be a lot if you just have it all backed up in your mind. And we just want to be calm and feel feminine, isn't it? Yes. Falling in love, I want us to visualize that time when we first fell in love, that blissful state, and that urge to run up to neighbors and shout, I'm in love. You want to tell the world that you are in love, and that kind of a feeling, I want us to go back to that and start feeling it on that personal level, and being in love with our lives, being in love with the person that you are, and being in love with your journey, and less comparison and less feeling rubbish about ourselves, because life is life, and life is going to happen to us, all of us, one way or the other. But while we're going through this journey, let's find love, pockets of moments where we can have that feeling of joy and bliss and pleasure. Although pleasure is short-lived, according to the Course in Miracles, it says they were searching, they could not find joy, so they settled for pleasure. Pleasure is short-lived, but when you talk of joy, it is going to infuse each and every part of yourself. I'm talking about mind, body, and soul. So fall in love with yourself, and when you do that, it's going to give you that sense of joy, and also because you are a child of God, so you can know that you're always, give yourself the permission to always feel that you are surrounded with love, because you genuinely are always and forever surrounded with love. So with thanksgiving and love and gratitude, that's how we should start treating ourselves. And also when we do that, we're going to have again that spark, that light, that joy, and that spring to the step, because you are in love. And when you are in love, obviously you're just gonna have that glow that comes from within. And as your Father, according to Hosea something, he said, no longer shall I call you my master, but I shall call you my husband. So if you really want that, taking to the love to that next level, you have to start seeing God as your Father, as your husband, as your source. Not people, not situations, because people and things and situations, they'll change on you, but God will never change on you. So that is the kind of love, that pure, unadulterated, agape, beautiful, amazing, transformative kind of love. So if you infuse that every day into your routine, it's going to change the way it's going to change the nutrient diet of your relationship, of the things that you allow to eat, the things that you allow yourself to consume, and how you spend your time and where you spend your energy. So go back to that place of love and see what changes for you.
My reps. Well, my reps never let me down. Lift weights, get dates. Lift weights, get dates.
Move your body whichever way you see fit. I'm a yogi. I've been a yogi for what, a year and 9-10 months now, and it has really transformed my life. It's such a discipline. There's so many layers to it. I can't go into it now. I mean, into all the benefits today. But here's what was happening with yoga. I wasn't lifting as much because I'll do yoga 5 times a week, or maybe 6 even. Every yoga class I had to make sure that I was available. But I was lean. I'm naturally lean anyway. But I wasn't femming my body, and I wasn't looking toned the way I wanted to. So I had a conversation with one of the girls from Ukraine. She was a personal trainer. She's no longer in my gym. She said to me, oh my God, with your body, if you do weights, it's going to change everything. And I was like, I'm not really one for weights. I'm not the weights kind of girl. She said, just try it. And I tried it, and I absolutely love it. So the point that I'm trying to make is, whatever exercise works for you, do that, and do it in abundance. And for those who want to try the gym and maybe you feel intimidated or it can be daunting to see all the equipment, I would say go past peak hour, or past rush hour, or before peak hour, or after peak hour, or after rush hour, when it's not so busy, because this way then you can do things at your own pace, find out what feels good without looking like an idiot, or at least half an idiot. This is what I do. I don't go to the gym for classes. Yeah, of course I have to follow the schedule, but when it comes to the gym itself, I prefer to just go when it's quiet, when it feels very private, gym-esque, and I can make my own mistakes without injuring myself. So make sure that you get your safety right, and then whatever comes afterwards is going to be according to that which feels good for you. And also, yeah, like I said, so always go when it's quiet. It's less intimidating, and also there's no competition. You're not gonna look at some girl with a six-pack and think, oh my God, when am I gonna get there? Because you don't want to give up. It's a journey. The thing about the feminine journey is that it's going to require consistency, as with all things in life. So do make sure that you go when it's less busy and play around until you find your groove. I also like to take it a step further by following the Dog Pound. I feel like the girls who go there, we have a similar body type. So on a Sunday, I like to just go through the pages, look at the videos, look at the reels, make a note of what I can try on my own, and modify and adjust according to what I like as well. So I compile the little clips, and then when I'm in the gym, I can just do 3 reps of each, 20 sets. Sorry. Yeah, 20, what is that? 20 reps of the sets. set, or 18 or 15, so that this way it really, your muscle can get the message loud and clear. But the idea here is to look good and also feel good, because there is so much science is still uncovering new findings of why we should work out, and it's so important. And also now we live in this superficial era, and the superficiality of it all can eat away at our confidence, and we don't want to do that. So whatever comes, we have to look and feel our best, right? So even when you work out, even when you put on a t-shirt and jeans, it's going to look brilliant on you because your body is in shape, and also it's going to make you happier, make you slimmer, and all those wonderful, wonderful things. Self-love. When you start to appreciate your uniqueness, your qualities, taking care of the body. Remember about going back to falling in love. Also fall in love with the body that you are in while you're working on the body that you want. And that starts by practicing proper self-care, proper skincare, proper hair care. Hair is so important because it really is the crown. I tried braids. My hairdresser was like, oh, you need to try braids. Your hair is growing, but it can grow a lot faster if you do braids. And then I said, but I cannot do braids because I have an active life. I swim a lot, I walk a lot, I do hot yoga 3 times a week, and then I do other yoga classes. So she said, no, it's fine. The trick is to just use cold air. When you're done sweating, you can just dry it out with a hair dryer using the cold air. And I tried that, but the problem was I just felt like my hair was stinking after like 4 days of having these braids. And I'm not talking just about the financial commitment, I'm also talking about the time commitment, because it takes a long time to get your braids done. So I was feeling very uncomfortable. I couldn't hug my friends properly. I couldn't hug my family because I felt like I was stinking, and it just wasn't serving me. So in terms of the hairstyles, I know especially for us women of color, we need to look after our hair. Our hair is so important and it suffers a lot. A lot of us, we lost edges and we're trying to regrow the edges, and it can be quite discouraging. I would say underneath the wig, I love the wig. I wear my wigs just like everybody else, but lately I've just been embracing my natural hair that much more. And also now I can swim confidently without worrying about, oh my god, what happened. Again, like I said in my previous video, we don't want to mislead the shareholders, like you take it off and be like, whoa, what happened here? So I would say start by growing your edges. It's not about the length of the hair, I would say it's about the health of the hair itself. And also recently I started using a comb just to exfoliate my scalp. I don't have dandruff or anything weird, thank god, but I read an article while I was doing the research for this video, and somebody was mentioning just having those combs. I don't have it, mine is coming, like one of those exfoliators kind of thing. It just looked really cool. So in the meantime, I'm using a wide tooth comb and just really gently exfoliating and scrubbing the scalp just in case of product buildup or anything. And it has just made a difference. Like the curl pattern from underneath is really looking healthy. I would say my scalp is breathing better. So whatever it is you can do for your hair, whatever it is you can do for your skin first thing in the morning, it will just transform your skin so that we can leave the house with or without the makeup. We love these things, like I said. I love my lashes, I love my wigs, but I also want to be free. I want to look good without, and I want to look good with those things as well. I don't want to become heavily reliant on the tools. Like when my hair was severely damaged, obviously I had to be constantly wearing a wig, and it took me dedication and commitment to actually regrow the hair, and it hasn't been an easy journey, but it's a journey that is worth it. And also the same with skincare. What does your skin look and feel like without the foundation? And can you actually even go to the supermarket without the foundation? Because the feminine energy is confident in who she is, isn't it? And yeah, she doesn't want to hide. She's expressive, she's creative. So let's embrace that and let's fall in love with the skin that we are in. So yeah, that's all we had time for today. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, love one another, take care of one another, and be kind to one another if nothing else. And I shall be seeing you in my next video. Bye.